Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to YouTube live. So today there is no student guest. It's just me. So uh, welcome to YouTube live. So before we start with the questions, we'll meditate for like 5 minutes. Then we'll start with the questions. So be ready with your questions if there is anything. Um, Give me a minute. Hmm. Thank you, Soul Go Rhythm. Thank you for the super chat. And before we start with questions, we'll meditate for 5 minutes. Three, two, one, go. Now everyone can open their eyes. So we do this 5 minutes of meditation before the live, so that all the thoughts gets cleared out and we are fresh for the question and answer session. Chat filters, all messages, automatic chat. Okay, so we will start with the questions. Urvish Sony, Brahma Granthi. Yeah, in Lalita Sahasranam we have Mula Dharai Kanalaya, Brahma Granthi Vedini, Manipurantradita, Vishnu Granthi Vedini, Agya Chakrantara Alasta, Rudra Granthi Vedini. So we have three Granthis. One is Mooladhara Ikanalaya, Brahma Granthi. So Brahma Granthi, how to resolve this? So first of all, you have to know that the Kundalini first resides in the Mooladhara. That is, when it comes to the world, that is the physical realm I'm talking about, not the causal and astral planes. When it comes to the physical world, the Kundalini first goes to Mooladhara. And because without food, without sleep, there is no life in the physical planets. So that's why the Kundalini first goes to Mooladhara and Brahma starts. Brahma meaning the creation starts. The creation of the physical realm, the realm which we can perceive through the five senses. Now, once the physical realm is visible to the inhabitants, what happens is the creator itself sees his own creation. Like I have explained that in whiteboard series. So what happens is the Kundalini goes to Muladhara chakra, and from Muladhara a Brahma gets created. That is, uh, it's like an eye opens in the Muladhara, and the physical realm gets created, and the eye itself goes inside the realm. So it's like the creator goes inside his own creation. And that is how we see this world. That is how there are so many Brahmas. Me, you, everyone who wakes up in the morning in the physical realm is a Brahma, because we use the Kundalini energy of Ma Bhairavi. That is, we use the energy of food and sleep to create this world every day. And the world that gets created through the help of food and sleep is only Brahma's world. Brahma's world is restricted to the physical realm, which is made of five senses, and also it has a desire of only food, sleep, money, fame, power, and sex. So these are the only restricted desires to Brahma. Then Manipurantarudita Vishnu Granthi Vibedini. So in Manipura, there is another Kundalini knot. Granthi means it's like a tied knot. So there is another blockage type for the Kundalini, that is Vishnu Granthi. So here, once the world, the physical realm gets created, here the astral realm also gets created. That is the realm of Vishnu, where Vishnu focuses more on the love aspect. That is, he first, after we get money, fame, power, that is, once it comes to Manipura chakra, once the physical realm desires are met, then the astral realm desires get started in the from the Manipura. That is, once we attain fame, power, money, The once we fulfill the desire of sex, food, then the Vishnu Granthi starts. So Vishnu Granthi is where we start learning about love. We learn how to love. Vishnu Granthi is there in almost all animals also, like cows, dogs. So if you see, they are learning the ability of loving, and that is what Vishnu Granthi means: the love of a mother towards the son, love of a dog towards the owner, love of a bear towards its babies. So it's like all animals learn from Manipura how to love. Then once we evolve into a human, then we do sadhana. We ask questions like, what is this world? Why are we living here? And all those questions lead to the desire for knowledge, which is in the Vishuddha. We communicate with many people, like about why is this world existing, why is Maya continuing. So we talk to so many spiritual people and we get information. That is through the help of Matangi, Tara, Akshobhyairav. We ask questions and get knowledge about this world. That is through Vishuddha. Through the mode of communication we attain knowledge, and also we spread knowledge. Like what we know, we tell it to other consciousness, other Brahmas, other Vishnus, and Brahma and Vishnu gets to know, okay, this is how the world is working. Then finally there is Rudra Granthi, Rudra Agya Chakrabjanilaya, Rudra Granthi Vibhini. So we finished Mooladhara Ekanilaya, Brahma Granthi Vibhidini, Manipurantaritta, Vishnu Granthi Vibhidini, then finally Agya Chakrantaralasta, Rudra Granthi Vibhidini. So in Agna Chakra, there is Rudra Granthi. Rudra meaning Shiva. So here, once the consciousness attains all knowledge, once the consciousness understands how to love, once the consciousness understands how to fulfill the desire of food, sleep, sex, money, fame, power, then it has no desire itself. That is, if you see Rudra, that is the Rudra form of Shiva, he will not have any desires. That is, he will be very detached from the world, because when our consciousness goes beyond Vishuddha, we will not feel like being a part of this world. So we will leave the desire of food, we will leave the desire of sex, we will leave the desire of money, fame, power. So everything related to Brahma Granthi, everything related to Vishnu Granthi, that is desire for love, everything we leave and we get detached from this world. That is when Rudra Granthi start. Once you start detachment, you are becoming Shiva. But there is something beyond Rudra also. That is, once you detach from this world, the world still continues, and only the person who goes beyond the Agna Chakra can escape this Maya. Otherwise, you will keep on meditating like Rudra. That is, you will be detached from the world, you will be meditating, but the world won't disappear for you. The world will still continue, because there is still a knot in the Kundalini. There is still a blockage. And to remove that blockage, you have to be thoughtless. You have to know how to conquer your thoughts, how to conquer your mind, because mind creates thoughts. And through the process of thoughts, this world gets created. So you have to know how to conquer the mind, you have to know how to silence the mind, how to dissolve the mind. So using the sadhana energy, you have to know how to extinguish the mind. Then Rudra Granthi can be crossed. That is, once the mind starts dissolving, once the character, that is Aditya character. So Aditya character is created by the mind, and that is why it is talking to you right now. So similarly, the mind has created many characters all over the world, and it is all the minds are stuck in the Rudra Granthi. So once mind once the Kundalini understands how to dissolve the mind, only then Rudra Granthi can be stopped. I mean crossed. Rudra Granthi can be crossed. So that is how you cross Rudra Granthi. Then finally, uh, finally, when you reach Sahasrara, that is when you escape the Maya, escape all the Granthis. Yeah, that is the answer of the question. Any other questions? Can knots be dissolved by nada? By nada, do you mean music? So if you mean music, then yes, music also has the capability to dissolve all the granthis or knots, because if you observe, there are many dasas like Purandara Dasa, Tulasi Das, Kalidas. They chant hymns, they chant bhajans, sing bhajans for the deities, and they dissolve their granthis and maya. So nada also is helpful. After Vishnu Sahasranama, can we offer dried tulasi leaves? After Vishnu, you have to off before Vishnu Sahasranama, you have to offer fresh tulasi leaves to Vishnu. Then you have to start Vishnu Sahasranama. Dried tulasi leaves usually we don't give to Vishnu. How do you explain population growth? Why is it not finite? Population growth is happening because of the unrealized consciousness. Like during Kali Yuga, there are many consciousness which enters the world, which doesn't know how to escape the Maya. For example, let's say you were born in the Satya Yuga, maybe as a algae or something, and maybe in the Treta Yuga you were a mosquito or cockroach or something, and in Dwapara Yuga you became a squirrel or squirrel or some mammal, and in the Kali Yuga you became let's say an elephant, cow, and finally a human. So now you have the wisdom of all the yugas, and you are still there here. But what happens in the previous yugas is the the consciousness evolves fast and they transcend. But in the Kali Yuga, what happens is your evolution becomes slower, and that's why many consciousness become stuck here. Even the old souls get stuck in Kali Yuga because it is a bit far from the black hole, and that's why it's tougher to concentrate during Kali Yuga, and that's why the population is increasing. More and more consciousness are entering the physical realm to fulfill their need of the lower three chakras, and that's why the population is more. Amit Singh, Guru Bro, can you tell us also more on the inner sun, Savitur, how to harness its energy and protect it? So Savitur is there in the Anahata Chakra. So here it's there here, Savitur, and it supplies energy to the whole body. That is, whoever have crossed the Vishnu Granthi will have an inner sun here, and that sun will protect them from all kinds of lower entities, and that sun will protect them from any kind of false knowledge. So Gayatri Mantra is chanted to attain the real knowledge, the truth, so that we can go back to our original state of that vibrationless consciousness. So that is why that Savitur is there. That is why the Gayatri mantra is chanted. It was given out by sage Vishwamitra. It's a very powerful mantra given to Brahmins during the Upanayana time, and it is very potent also. Just chanting Gayatri mantra also can make you achieve samadhi. Why do you apply so much Gopi Chandan? So Gopi Chandan is applied more in Madhva Sampradaya. So in Madhva Sampradaya, we apply Gopi Chandan all over the body, like the Manipura Chakra, Anahata Chakra, Vishuddha Chakra, and here below the ears and here in the hand. So because we are pointing the Kundalini towards the upper directions by putting it all over the body. You can see it in my Sandhya Vandan playlist. This is not in whereas in other Gaudiya Sampradaya it is only here, but in Madhva Sampradaya Gopichandan is applied many places. Are you vegetarian? Yes. Like I have a saligram in house and that's why I have to be vegetarian. Any Can you speak on the Vishnu avatars before the Matsya fish avatar? Vishnu before fish. Fish is the first avatar, right? चले जाओ जल्दी जल्दी मत्स्यनिगे कूर्मनिगे. Yeah, fish is the first avatar. Fish, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Krishna, Parashurama, Krishna, Rama, Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Kalki. Do you live with your family or alone? I live in a separate house from family. That is, my family lives in a separate house, and I live in separate house. How to approach astrology in our sadhana journey? So you have to know that astrology is restricted to your physical body. That is, it is restricted to the physical realm body. That is the character. For example, now Aditya's birth charts are restricted to only Aditya. It is not restricted. It is not. It doesn't talk about the consciousness. It doesn't talk about the astral body. It only talks about the physical body. So Aditya's life from birth till death, everything will be there in those Kundali charts. So there are many charts that is from D1 to D60. D1 representing the Kundali overall life, D2 representing wealth, D7 representing progeny, D D9 representing relationship, love, D10 representing profession, career, D um, D20 representing spiritual life, D30 representing misfortunes, D60 representing past life. So these charts are only restricted to the physical realm bodies. That is, which body you were there in the previous life, which body you are there in this life, and how much how much will this body come. That is, what is the expiry date of the body from birth till death. Everything is there in the charts in a encrypted manner. So in order to decrypt it, you have to know astrology. But in order to understand your consciousness, no amount of astrology can help, because consciousness is separate from this world. This world is created because of desires, and uh, the desires, the world is created because of desires, and that's why astrology cannot figure out what consciousness is. It can only figure out things about the world. Um, why did you say Buddha is an avatar? Buddha is an avatar of Vishnu. It is maybe the ninth avatar of Vishnu. And there are different types of avatar. If you see, when Vishnu was Narasimha, he broke the laws of nature. That is, he didn't care whether he has to be born in the physical realm. He directly came to save Prahlada. That is, Vishnu is there in the causal realm. He needn't have come to physical realm, but because Prahlada Prahlada was in danger, he came breaking the laws of Mother Nature in the physical realm, and he saved Prahlada from Hiranyakashipu. And whereas, but when he was Narasimha, he didn't know that he was Vishnu's avatar. Like he just wanted to protect Prahlada no matter what. So that was the only goal. When he was Ram, his goal was to establish dharma. He didn't know he was an avatar of Vishnu. His goal was to establish dharma, be a Purushottama, that is an ideal man, ideal king, ideal husband. And that is how, if you see Ramayana, you'll realize that he was always focusing on dharma, non-violence, and establishing dharma in everyone's mind, and also loving Sita, like how to be an ideal husband. Um, but he never knew that he was an avatar. And when it comes to Krishna, he very well knew that he was an avatar of Vishnu, and that's why it was easier for Krishna to establish dharma than the other avatars, because he was very aware of his own self. And finally, when it is Buddha, Buddha incarnation was because the ritualistic approach was becoming too much in the world. That is, during Kali Yuga, doing yagya, proper rituals that are there in the Vedas are tougher in nature, and that's why, um, to make all humans come under one umbrella, Vishnu took the avatar of Buddha, and Buddha also was not aware that he is an avatar of Vishnu. He was born to a king, and he lived a life of prince. But when he saw death and all difficulties of Maya, he realized that there is no use of living in samsara. The only way one can attain the truth is through meditation, by vairagya, that is detaching from desires. Desire is the cause of all the Maya, and that's why the only way to leave this Maya, reach the truth, is to leave the desire. So that is why Buddha came to simplify the rituals. That is, if you observe, the Vedas are complicated. That is, it is full of rituals and hidden meanings and all that. But Buddha came to simplify the Vedas. Even Krishna came to simplify the Vedas. If you observe in the Mahabharata, when he gave his Virata Swarupa uh, to Arjuna, he simplified the Vedas into yoga, that is for the 18 yogas. And Vivekananda also simplified it more into four broad categories of yoga: Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. And Buddha also simplified it to just one yoga, that is focusing on nothingness. And desire is cause of all suffering, is cause of all Maya. So that's why Vishnu comes in this Maya to simplify the Vedas. And give out the knowledge in such a way that the people of the respective yuga understand. Yeah, but Vishnu is Buddha is an avatar of Vishnu, and we all of us are avatars actually, but we are more in tune with our own ego. That is, we are not in tune with Mother Nature. That's why we are not the avatars, but we are not the avatars completely. That is, if you leave your ego, if you leave the ego of Aditya, if you leave the ego of your own names, then you get in tune with the Mother Nature. Once you become synchronized with Mother Nature, then you become a Vishnu itself, you become an avatar. That is a dreamer. Thank you for the super chat. Spreading higher form knowledge. Third, 1 year. You and God have helped an Atman see itself. Thanks. Pulsation of third eye for 1 year. Yeah, the pulsation in the third eye is because the Agna Chakra wants to awaken. So the only way you can do is through letting go of the control. Like let Kundalini do whatever it wants. Don't try to control the Kundalini. Like Shiva has, uh, how Shiva has uh, let Kali do whatever she wants. Like he just laid on the ground and he let Kali do whatever she wants. So that is how you have to leave your Kundalini on its own. You have to not try to control it because Kundalini is way intelligent than us mere humans. We humans are a bunch of false ego created by the mind. So we are a bunch of Maya which doesn't exist. That is whatever we think we are. That I'm thinking I'm Aditya, you're thinking you're Ami Banerjee, or you're thinking you're someone. But that ego, right, that false ego, is just a thing created by the mind and it is not real. So our characters that we think we are is not real. So what it means is the Kundalini is real. The Kundalini energy is way intelligent than us. The Kundalini energy is the reason why our false ego exists in the first place. So Kundalini knows way better than the false ego because false ego doesn't exist only. It is just a concept created by the mind. And once the Kundalini goes beyond the mind, once it dissolves the mind, the Agna Chakra awakens. So the only way to uh, make it work is by letting go of the control, letting go of Kundalini. Letting go of the ego. Once you let Kundalini do its job, it will do it on its own. That is how Shiva did it. That is, Shiva let Kali do her job, and Kali destroyed all the demons, asuras, Raktabijasura, Shumba, Nishumba, Munda. That she became Naramunda Malini, and she ate all the that false egos of the world. Once she eats all the false egos, then you become Shiva. Yeah, the true consciousness. What is the significance of those white marks? These are not white marks. It's called Gopi Chandan. Gopi Chandan is sandalwood clay, and it is applied during Sandhya Vandan. So, uh, Madhvacharya Sampradaya Brahmins apply Sandhya Vandan, and I belong to Saraswat Brahmins, which come under the umbrella of Madhva Sampradaya, and that's why I have to do the Gopi Chandan. Gopichandana Papagnam Vishnudeha Samudbhava Chakrankita Namastubhyam Dharana Muktido Bhava. So Gopi Chandan is nothing but Vishnu's own body. So it's like we are applying Vishnu's body. How do we give more unconditional love to others? Unconditional love can come only when you quit yourself. That is, only when you sacrifice yourself, unconditional love will come. If you think about yourself, then it will be conditional love. For example, if someone asks for help, and if you just think about that person who is asking for help, then that is unconditional love. But while helping while helping also, if you think about your own time, your own effort, thinking that whether I'll get help in return, thinking whether you'll get benefited by helping that person, then it is conditional love. Before chanting the bija mantras on our daily nirvikalpa sadhana, should we make a some? You are already making a sankalpa when getting initiated. That is, when you get initiated, you are making a sankalpa that you will do it for 30 days or 28 days, and that is 4 weeks basically. That is first week of Vaikari, that is loud chanting. Second week of soft chanting, third week of lip movement, and fourth week para chanting, that is inside the mind. Yeah, tilaks are meant for channelizing the energy upwards. So that is a effect. That is not the purpose. The purpose is to uh, the purpose is Vishnu Bhakti. But the a side effect is the Kundalini direction, which is channelizing upwards. Because Vishnu wants us to evolve. What's the best way to manifest? Best way to manifest is waking up at 4 a.m. During 4 a.m., the causal realm frequency is high, so you can manifest anything easier because all the physical realm beings are sleeping, and that's why the physical realm is very weak. The frequencies are weak during the 4 a.m. time because all animals, birds, insects, all the Brahmas and Vishnus are sleeping, and the causal realm gets activated, and that is how you manifest things easily if you wake up at 4 a.m. If you think that you will become a king, you will become a pilot, you will become an engineer, you will become in the physical realm, because first the desire gets registered in the causal realm. Once the desire gets registered, it gets executed in the astral realm, and finally once it execute, it becomes visible in the physical realm. So that is how you manifest. To go to Vaikuntha Loka after death. How to go to Vaikuntha Loka after death? The best way to go to Vaikuntha Loka after death is learning about Gajendra Moksha. So Gajendra was an elephant who called Vishnu for help uh, during his last few days. That is, he was bitten by a crocodile in the river, and he cried for help. He didn't care about anyone, anything. He just cried to Vishnu for help, and Vishnu came, leaving all his Shankha Chakra. He came in Garuda to save Gajendra. He even left Lakshmi also, like how he came as Narasimha to save Prahlada. Similarly, during Gajendra Moksha also, he left Lakshmi and everything, and he just came to save the devotee. So that is how he comes from the causal realm to the physical realm in order to save the devotee. So, in order to be saved by Vishnu, you have to learn about Gajendra Moksha. Vishnu is basically your own causal self. That is, you have evolved after millions of years and you have become Vishnu. You have become a causal being in some day in the far, far, far future, and you are coming to save your own self. That is your old selves of other time of previous timelines. So now that I have answered all the questions, I'm going to end the live now. I thank everyone for joining this live, and in the next video, it will be about Devi Mukambika. Mukambika Devi of Kollur is gonna be released in the coming Sunday. Sunday is usually whiteboard series, but for about 1 month, I'm planning to do temple visits because temple visit series has been very rare, and that's why I want to restart the temple visits. I have already made 2 videos and more videos to come about different temples, very powerful temples, which have been there since the Treta Yuga. So that's why I'm starting the series of temple visits so that everyone gets to experience the divinity of the temple, and also everyone gets called by the deity somehow or the other to the temples that I visited, because whichever temples I'm visiting is not the recent ones, it is very old, and that's why uh, the videos will have a lot of energy. That is, when you watch the video itself, you'll feel like you have gone there in some life or the other. The people who watch the videos of temple visits have runa of the temple. That's why they are watching it, and that's why the energy, they are remembering the energy of uh, they are remembering the energy of the past life. Okay, 4 months. Thank you. Welcome back to Kundalini Sadhana program. And yeah, the next video will be Mukambika. After Mukambika, uh, the next Sunday it will be about Mahalasanarayani temple in Goa. And similarly, I'll be making about 4 more videos of temple visits. Then I'm going to start whiteboard series again. So stay tuned for Project Kali. Thanks for tuning in, and Jai Mahakal.